Kung Fu Panda 4 was a major disappointment, and this is coming from someone who loves the first three movies, even the third one, which was considered the black sheep of the series. We'll move aside Kung Fu Panda 3 because there's a new black sheep in town. The movie is riddled with problems, but one scene in particular stands out as the moment that completely ruined the movie for me. But before I dive into that, let's take a look at some of the other issues I had with the film. Zen is a wanted criminal, and the guards are actively searching for her, even though she works directly under the Charmeleon, who is the boss of the city, so this makes no sense. Poe's dad appears out of nowhere here to save the day. He just teleports into the scene. Then we get no explanation of how they got to safety, it just cuts away. How did Zen learn Kung Fu? No one could have taught her since the Charmeleon didn't know Kung Fu, so honestly, how did she learn it? This is never explained. There is a joke in the movie that no one knows who Poe is, but Poe should be well known, especially since the city is within walking distance, and oh yeah, he stopped a fucking war. The Charmeleon is strikingly similar to Kai from the previous movie. Both have the ability to use the powers of past Kung Fu masters, just in different ways. This lacks creativity. Did the writers not notice this obvious connection? When the Charmeleon transforms into Poe, she shouldn't have his Kung Fu powers since she never stole them from him, so he should kick her ass immediately. Also, why didn't she steal his Kung Fu? Seems really dumb that she never tried that. This film also underutilizes the Furious Five, as they're hardly in the movie, which is a significant departure from the series norm and quite frankly feels out of place. Also, Tigress should have been the new Dragon Warrior. What were they thinking? The action sequences don't live up to the standards set by the first movie. That's one thing I was really looking forward to, but sadly even that was a disappointment. Lord Shen bowing to Poe at the end is nonsensical. Remember that tiny little thing that he did? When he committed panda genocide? Yeah, I don't think you can just sweep that under the rug with a bow and act like everything is fine. Poe should not be okay with this. Now let's delve into the moment that truly ruined Kung Fu Panda 4. The scene I am referring to is the Charmeleon's revelation of her motivation. In a pivotal moment, she claims that her descent into power and sorcery was sparked by being denied the opportunity to become a Kung Fu master. But why was she denied this opportunity?
They would say I was too small.
This rationality is not just flimsy, it's outright absurd. Firstly, let's consider the character of Mantis, someone who is significantly smaller in stature, yet he excels at Kung Fu. Even Zem is depicted as a formidable fighter, further emphasizing that physical stature is not a barrier. And let's not forget about Master Chicken. The notion that the Charmeleon was turned away from learning Kung Fu because of her size not only contradicts the established law of the Kung Fu Panda universe, but also undermines the series' core message of overcoming perceived limitations, just like Poe had to do in the first movie. So this flimsy motivation makes her actions throughout the movie seem petty and shallow. Stealing the powers of past masters is no small feat, and one would expect such a villain to have a more compelling reason for her actions. Instead, her motivation is built on the premise that is not only illogical, but also laughably weak. This moment not only fails to provide a convincing backstory for the villain, but also contradicts the empowering themes of the series, and quite frankly, it's insanely stupid if you put a single thought into it. And that's why I believe this is a bad movie scene. Thanks for watching everyone. Check out some more bad movie scenes in the playlist below. Don't forget to stay critical, and that's the end of the show.